I'm 41 and I've had many conversations lately where I've talked to friends about how my 40s are my best decade yet. It's a decade where I've finally found the strength to build a life and a career that I genuinely love. The realization got me thinking, if I could go back and meet 20 or 30-year-old Kat and give her some advice, what would those lessons be? I'm going to share with you today 40 things that I have learned over the last couple of decades, and I'm hoping they will help you too. If you are new here, welcome to The Reset with me, Kat Burton. This is a show for anybody who looks fine on the outside, but on the inside, maybe you're struggling. If you're burning out, if you're overwhelmed, feeling lost, or just a little bit misaligned, we're going to get through it together, one small step at a time. So let's get on with my list. Number 1. Stop people pleasing. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to, but if you do that long term, it will burn you out. And the lack of authenticity can leave you feeling really hollow. The more true you are to yourself, the more likely you are to be happy and to find your tribe. It's taken me until the last couple of years to really start working on this. And I promise you, it is worth the effort, even if it does feel really, really uncomfortable at first. So number 1, stop people pleasing. Number 2, embrace what makes you unique. Whether you're like me and show up to business networking events in all black clothing and stompy boots, or if you're a beautiful, vibrant person, whether you like pop or rap or metal, maybe you love sport, maybe you have absolutely zero interest in it. Maybe you're neurodivergent, like I am, and don't fit the cookie cutter mold society tries to put us in. Maybe you're queer. Whatever resonates with you and makes you happy is the recipe for who you are as a person. Embrace all your unique elements and stand out from the crowd. It'll help you be remembered, and it'll honestly help you live a happier life. Number 3, look after your mental health just as you would your physical health. Looking after your mental health is so, so important. Therapy is something I wish I'd started in my 20s. Now, being able to go to therapy is a massive privilege, and it wasn't something I really considered in my earlier years. But it turns out I had a lot of boxed away trauma, lots of things that made me constantly at breaking point emotionally. Now, I'm still working on these things, and it takes a long time to process them. But that journey would have been a lot easier if I'd started it sooner. It also took me many years to realize there are a wide range of things outside therapy that can help my mental health and well-being. Nature is an amazing therapist. I love walking around the woods. It helps so much. Eating healthy, getting to the gym, all of that helps too. Although to counter that, ice cream and pizza are very, very good therapeutic comforts when you need them. Number 4 is boundaries. It takes practice to set boundaries and even more practice to hold them. If you're a recovering people pleaser like me, it can be really, really difficult to learn this skill. True friends and people who care about you will respect your boundaries. If you set a boundary for your own good and someone constantly pushes against it, question, are they really your kind of person? Number 5, alcohol. While it can be fun in small amounts and many people could enjoy it responsibly, for me, I've realized that alcohol was a crutch that I used to help me unmask, to help me feel comfortable in social settings. I ended my 40th year having not had alcohol for a month. When this episode goes live, I'm going to be around 7 months sober, and I'm planning to stick with it. I have found that cutting out alcohol has been a really rewarding challenge. And I found that I don't actually need it. I am growing in my confidence to socialize sober, to go out and have fun and to dance and to be silly without needing that alcohol to help me unwind. Now, I was incredibly worried at first that I would be seen as a party pooper, that people would push my boundaries, but none of my friends have pushed that boundary. Everybody has respected it when I've told them that I am now sober. And the more I open up about it, the more I meet others who are doing the same. And the more I'm finding that this journey is resonating with others. I genuinely wish I'd found that out sooner and stopped drinking sooner. I've talked openly about this journey on an earlier episode, so I'm going to leave it there, but I will pop a link in the show notes if that would be helpful for you. Number 6, if you try to please everyone, you will please no one, especially yourself. You don't need everyone to like you, your product, your business, your game, your hobbies. Not everybody likes puppies or flowers, and they're almost universally loved. It is impossible for everybody to like you. And that is okay. Not everybody likes this podcast. Not everybody likes my shorts. It doesn't resonate with them. And that's also okay, because it just means, you know what? It's not for you. It's not your jam. That's fine. Feel free to move on and go find what you enjoy. When I was younger, I used to take negative feedback like that as a personal, like, it hit me really hard, especially knowing that I have neurodivergence and I have that really horrid RSD that kicks in. But now I know, do you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. If you try to please everyone, you will please no one. Please be true to yourself. Please be true. Don't bend yourself to fit other people. Number 7, who you know is more important than what you know. Nurture and build those connections with people you resonate with. In my career, I've focused a lot on community. I've led group meetups. I've attended conferences, attended networking events. And this has helped me build a wonderful group of friends all around the world. Find your tribe, build on those meaningful connections. And then when times get tough, like we've seen, especially in recent years with redundancies, with the struggling economy, those people, your tribe, you support each other. Those people will have your back and help you out, and you can help them. If you build this lovely, large network of connections of people you just really vibe with, you can help connect people. You can help others find work. You can signal boost them, and they can help signal boost you and your projects. You support each other. Build that tribe. Find your people that you really resonate with. Number 8 is money. Now, this could be an entire episode in its own right, but after years of climbing the corporate ladder, I worked in games for almost 20 years. I can tell you that money beyond a certain level will not buy you happiness. A certain amount of money will give you comfort, will give you security. Beyond that, you just kind of get used to it. So my best advice is to find out what your comfortable monthly income is. What do you need to cover your rent, your basic living costs, the gym, and add on a small budget for treats, for holidays, maybe for tattoos, whatever it is. You might be surprised how little you actually need. I did this recently, and I really do not need as much as I thought I need. I don't need that big salary, that big stressful career. Society tells us to strive for more, for bigger, for flashier, for shinier. But whenever you get that pay rise, whenever you get that bigger amount of money, you get used to it. That becomes your new normal. It becomes your new baseline. And eventually the novelty wears off. Eventually you don't get that same boost from that fancy car, the bit of jewelry, the swanky dinner. It's a very short-lived dopamine boost. I have sold my soul for promotions, for big salaries, and it never made me happier. It just added to my workload and stress. And unfortunately, that also meant I had less energy to even enjoy the added income. Now, if you're lucky enough to earn above your minimum viable amount per month, to earn above that comfortable amount and actually love what you do, you are incredibly lucky. You are incredibly lucky. I'm sure many of us envy you. If you are that person, try and set aside some of that excess for the future. Now, I'm not an investment expert. Definitely, do not come to me for advice on savings, pensions, property, anything like that. But what I would say is think of money as freedom tokens. The more of the excess money you can set aside for later, the more freedom you can have. The biggest safety net you will have if something goes wrong. In this economy, when we're looking at a potential big AI bubble, right? Who knows what's going to happen in the next 6 months, the next year? So if you can save up enough freedom tokens to fund 6 months of your life and those basic, comfortable living costs, that safety net will help so much in times of stress if that bubble bursts. So money, that's your freedom tokens. You don't need loads of them, just enough to be comfortable and have enough to enjoy living that life that you love. Number 9 is one of my favorites. Life is too short for bullshit. I say this all the time, but I faced my mortality in my 30s, and it showed me that I don't want to live a life where I'm changing who I am to appease others. I'm not going to make myself smaller for other people. I am who I am. I spent far too much time and energy and too long on the wrong thing. If something feels like bullshit, if it saps your energy, if it doesn't align with who you are now, let it go. Life is too short for bullshit. Number 10, what would your gravestone say? And think of this as your guiding light. It's going to help you find where you should be. Make it a short sentence. Don't go for the generic platitudes that you think the average person would put on a gravestone. Think of that one thing you would love to look back and say about yourself, about the life that you are building. And, you can always change it later. But coming up with one now and knowing that, keeping it in your mind will help you figure out where you should be heading. It will keep you on the right path. Mine for me now would probably be she made her own path, because I'm trying to carve my own way through this life to build a life that I love. And it's not the same path that everybody else would make. It's not your default career ladder. So figure out what would your gravestone would say and use it as your guiding light. Number 11, find your purpose. I thought my goal was to be stereotypically successful, to have that good career, to work up the ranks, to get the fancy job title, but none of that brought me joy. What does bring me joy is helping people who struggle with the same things I've already worked through. The burnout, the stress, the figuring out what you want to do with your life, how to live a happy life, to help people understand their neurodivergence, maybe to help them feel comfortable with being queer. It's why I do what I do now. And I absolutely adore my new path, my career pivot that I've been working towards. If you're not sure where to start with this and how to find your purpose, I found the Ikigai approach really, really helpful. It's what I use to help me find mine. It guides you to look at 4 key areas: what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you are good at. Where all of those 4 overlap is your Ikigai. Is your purpose. Now, I've done a whole episode on purpose, so I'm going to leave it there, but I will pop a link in the show notes if you think that might be helpful. Number 12, it is never too late to change direction. You are not stuck or trapped in your career, your relationship, or other life choices that you have made. I know it might feel like you're trapped, but I promise you, you are not. Be brave. Study something new on the side. Start that side hustle. Make the change you know you want to make. If you are worried that you have missed the boat, I promise you, you haven't. You can still do it. If you are struggling to make a tough decision, try reading Seth Godin's book, The Dip, or check out my earlier episode on difficult decisions, and hopefully that will help you. It's never too late. I promise you, you can make that change. Number 13, speak up. It is exhausting. It is difficult to talk about personal challenges, business struggles, mental health issues, neurodivergence, being queer, being a woman in a male-dominated industry. The list goes on and on. Speaking up is really bloody hard. Now, you are often going against the herd if you do it, and you are putting yourself in the firing line if you do, because I promise you there will be haters out there. I get them. Everybody gets them. We all get those horrid comments. But doing so, doing the difficult thing, doing the brave thing, speaking up, it paves the way for others and makes it easier for them. It helps them feel seen if they are going through something and they can relate to what you are talking about. If there is something you are passionate about or think it could help others, please speak up and shine a light on it. Number 14, people can change. Who you are in your 20s is not who you were in your teens. 30 is different from 20, and oh my gosh, 40 is so different from 30. We can all grow and improve if we do the work. If we do the work. Not everybody wants to do the work. Not everybody is willing to be introspective. And that's the key here. If there is someone you didn't go on with 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe from school, from a past job, remember that people can change. Maybe they've done the work. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out there and become besties with everybody from your past, but if you treat people with kindness and forgiveness, it will help you too. Carrying grudges and resentment is heavy. Let it go. People might genuinely surprise you with how much they've grown and changed. But if they haven't, that's okay too. That's their own choice. People can change. We're not stuck. If you think you can improve, please do it. And remember that other people can do that too. Number 15, do not be scared of reaching arbitrary milestones. I loved my 20s. They were fun, a little bit chaotic, but they were great. I worked hard. I partied really hard. My 30s were where I began to find my confidence, and my 40s are where I've embraced my uniqueness. I'm embracing my neurodivergence. I'm very much embracing my queer identity, and I'm building a life that works for me. Getting older is a privilege. So many of us worry about hitting these arbitrary big numbers. God, I used to think 40 was ancient, but it really is not. 40 is my best decade yet. These big milestones are not something to fear honestly, they will be better than you think. Number 16, burnout. So many of us go through burnout for a number of reasons. I've personally had 3 huge burnouts. I've avoided it countless other times. Burnout can happen because of unrelenting work, too much pressure at home, too many responsibilities. It can happen because of neurodivergence. I'm pretty sure that's been a root cause for many of mine. Now, burnout is brutal when it hits, and it strips you of the energy and the enjoyment of things you normally love. If you think you might be burning out, please give yourself permission to rest, even if it's just for an evening, a weekend. And if your gut instinct is telling you you might be burning out, but that you can't stop, or if you're ignoring it, your body is going to force you to stop eventually. That is what happened to me. And I promise you, you will recover so much faster if you take the time to rest. The same is true when you're sick or you've got a bug or a cold, right? It's not admirable to work to breaking point. If you had a physical injury, you would stop. Give yourself time to recover, to heal. Number 17, being busy is overrated. I was raised to think it was good to always be busy. It was almost seen as a badge of honor. Oh, she's busy. She works so hard. And, even now I get messages from people saying, oh, you sound busy. That's great. But is it really good? Or is that just societal conditioning? Now I'm very aware that when people say, oh, you're busy, that's great. I'm like, oh shit, I'm probably doing too much. I am much more sensible and efficient with my time now. I try to work smarter, not harder. I don't strive to be busy. I strive to have freedom with my time and enough energy to do the things I love. And this one leads me neatly onto my next 2 lessons. So, number 18, your time is your most important currency. It is the one thing in life you can never get back. And we all have a limited amount of time. We don't know how long we've got. So choose how to spend it. Do not let others steal your time. That includes the apps on your phone. If you're spending too much time scrolling, if time is vanishing, it may be time to reevaluate your relationship with your devices. Many of us with neurodivergence also struggle with time blindness. So remember, we often overestimate how long boring things will take, and we underestimate how long a fun thing will be. So be mindful of where you spend your time. Number 19, your energy is your second most important currency. Spend it wisely, and please beware the energy vampires. I have a necklace on. I don't usually believe in crystals, but I will take whatever help I can get. This is black tourmaline. It's meant to ward off energy vampires. A friend told me about it. I bought this at a conference. I've been wearing it ever since. I will take all the help I will get to preserve my energy. Find the things in life that give you energy, that give you spoons, that boost you up and keep your battery topped up. And identify all those things that drain you. Now, this can be really, really difficult because there are a lot of hard truths in there. When you do that work to look at what drains you, what saps your life force, it's horrible because you're going to get answers you don't want. You're going to find out there are people that do that and you might love them, but realize you can't actually spend that much time with them. It's really, really difficult. It could be things at home. It could be things at work. It could be things about your lifestyle. Now, we can't always fix or remove these energy drainers. If there's somebody at work, you might be stuck in that situation, but you can limit your time around these things. You can limit how much of your energy they get. And if you could preserve your energy, keep your battery topped up and avoid those energy vampires, you will live a much happier life. I promise you that. Number 20, different does not mean bad. Just because someone has different beliefs or ideas or a way of life to you does not make them a bad person. Variety is what makes us special as humans. It's what makes us creative. It's what makes us valuable. We're very lucky that many of us can believe in what we want, to live lives often in the way that we want. Don't block out everybody who disagrees with you. It is not healthy to live in an echo chamber of your own beliefs. It's very beneficial to look at the things that challenge you and to think about things, to have healthy debates, to listen to other people and respectfully disagree. You can be different. You don't have to get everybody on the same page as you. Being unique, being different is what makes us special. Number 21, if it is free, you are the product. Social media is the big one here. Question why things are free. Chances are your attention, your time, your energy, your data, particularly that one, are the product. And they are the thing that are being sold. Remember, all of these apps, all of these things, they are businesses. They are businesses. They've got to make money somewhere. So if it's free, you are likely the product. Now, if you are okay with that, that is fine. But just remember, things generally aren't free as a charitable action unless it's an actual charity. They are built to keep you hooked, to keep you addicted. Question if you want to be the product that is making these billionaires even richer. Number 22, beware the cheap dopamine. This is another one related to phones. There's so many related to phones on this list. But whether it's Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, cheap phone-based dopamine comes at the cost of your time, diminishing attention spans, and often our mental health. Unless there's an event on, I personally don't use social media on my phone. I will try to instead use it on my laptop to avoid the addictive doom scroll. As someone with ADHD, I'm very, very easily addicted to cheap dopamine, so I have to avoid it. But I've set up boundaries to prevent me using it in that way, because the more I consume, the harder it is to do the less fun things. And I am looking at you, business admin and accounting. But if you do the boring things first, front load your day with those. You can use the cheap dopamine, the reels, the funny content of the internet as your reward at the end of the day. And that means you're going to find it much easier to get the harder things done earlier. Number 23, do not compare yourself to somebody else's highlight reel. Social media, Instagram, TikTok, even LinkedIn, they only show the very best of someone's day, the very best of their career. It is never the full picture. That influencer you follow doesn't always look glamorous. Celebrities don't always have fun parties to attend. Everybody has bad days. Everyone has to do unglamorous things like chores and laundry and groceries. Perfection is unattainable, so stop trying to be perfect. Number 24, everybody is fighting a battle you can't see. I once saw this written on the London Underground, and it's a really, really good reminder to be kind to people, to be patient. You don't know what's going on in their world. If someone around you is quieter, looks tired, seems a little bit down, check in on them, see if they're okay. They might not want to talk about it, but just having someone ask might just help them feel a little bit less alone in the world. And just because someone might present well, or wear a mask, or look well outwardly, it doesn't mean they're okay under the surface. So be kind to people. You never know what is going on in their world. Number 25, human interaction is essential. We are losing our communities and that village that we need around us. Now, this has happened not just since the dawn of the internet, but increasingly since the pandemic. And it's growing at a faster rate since we've been forced into this AI era that many of us didn't ask for. We all need human interaction and in-person interaction. Even the introverts among us, we need that. If you, like me, work from home every day, it can be incredibly isolating. Some ways I counter this, I use the checkout with the human at the grocery store. I say hello to random people at the bus stop. I'll speak to the personal trainers at the gym, even if I'm not working with them. So say hello to a stranger. Even better, compliment them on something that they actively chose, their outfit, their hairstyle. You'll probably make their day. You'll hopefully make them smile, and it will make your day a little bit happier too. Number 26, don't build your castle on someone else's land. If you rely on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube for your community or for your business growth, there's danger there. Just look at how Facebook boomed and how many of us now do not use it. If you are building a business or a community, do it on your own terms. Yes, use all of these platforms, but remember they could vanish tomorrow. If you are reliant on somebody else's algorithm that you do not control the rules set of, you are putting your business at risk. Diversify where people can find you. Don't build your castle on someone else's land. Build it on your own. Number 27, do not set yourself on fire to keep others warm. In business and in personal relationships, people will often challenge you, but don't compromise your own needs or goals to appease others. Yes, compromise on small things. When that helps both of you, compromise is excellent. It can be really, really great, beneficial for everybody. But don't change the fundamentals of who you are, of what you really want, unless you personally actually want to make those changes. You, your goals, your ambitions are important. You are important. Don't sacrifice yourself for somebody else. Number 28, imposter syndrome affects most people. Honestly, most of us are winging it. I'm winging it right now. If someone says they've got it all figured out, take that with a hefty pinch of salt. If they firmly believe, that's probably a lot of ego going on there. Most of us have imposter syndrome. Most of us have no idea where we are going to be in 6 months, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years. It is genuinely the worst interview question if anybody asks, because none of us know. Even the person asking that question has no idea where they are going to be in 5 years, 10 years. I have sat in rooms with executives, with founders, with investors, with really successful, famous people, and many of them still get imposter syndrome. If you're just starting out, or if you're well into your career and attempting a big career pivot, if you're starting over afresh in your 40s, in your 50s, please don't feel like you're weak or incapable if you feel this way, if you feel like an imposter. Many people are a little bit unsure or lacking confidence or get a little bit of fear when they're starting something new. That shows you that you care about the thing. I promise you, you will get there if you work hard and you just try. Just remember, everybody is winging it. Number 29, drop the mask as much as possible. Whether you wear a mask because of neurodivergence, people pleasing, or your work role requires it, that mask is exhausting to wear. Sometimes we don't even know we're doing it. I spent my 20s and 30s not knowing I was neurodivergent. And when that mask fell off, wow, was that a relief? But also I realized I've been carrying around this heavy burden for most of my life. You don't have to pretend you agree with someone or pretend you like something you don't. Embrace who you are behind the mask. Now, I know there are situations where it can be helpful to wear a mask. It's like a disguise. Sometimes we have to wear a mask at work. Sometimes we just have to pretend and be strong for others for a little bit. But try and find as best you can people where you don't need to mask around them, where you can be entirely unmasked and 100% authentic. Try and take the mask off as often as you can. Your true version of you, who you are under the mask, that version of you deserves to shine. Number 30, please be kind to yourself and avoid negative self-talk. Don't say something to yourself that you wouldn't say to a friend, to a family member. Now, if you struggle with this, because we all do it, I call myself horrible names quite often. Try giving that voice in your head, the one that's saying that horrid stuff, give it a name. Give it a name. I've given mine a name. It helps to give it a persona, and you can see it more clearly as the bully it is, and you can make it separate from you. Do not be your own bully. Give that voice a name and tell it to shut up. You don't have to listen to it. Number 31, your brain looks for confirmation that it is correct. It's why we like echo chambers. It's why we sit in the comfortable space of our own algorithms. Our brains love patterns. It seeks out patterns that are familiar. If you believe something, your brain's going to automatically look for evidence that that thing is true. This goes for good things, goes for bad things. Oddly, this is why manifestation can help. Now, I don't believe if you manifest something, it's magically going to happen. But if you hype yourself up, if you say the aspirational thing, the more you believe it, the more you say it, the more likely you are to make it happen. Number 32, failure isn't always bad. We are often taught as children that to fail is one of the worst things you can do, but that is incorrect. Failure is a great opportunity to learn, to pivot, to reset. It is much better to fail early and course correct than to struggle through with the wrong thing. If you fail, try and find any positive in it you can, the lesson, the learnings, and take that forward with you. Try and turn that failure into something positive. Number 33, you are more than your job title. How often have you introduced yourself to someone by telling them how you earn money? I've introduced myself. I go, hey, I'm Kat, I'm a coach. Hey, I'm Kat, I'm a game industry advisor. You don't need to introduce yourself with the role you do or tie yourself to being one thing. People are multifaceted. You can be many things. Many of us are. We are much more than what we do for a living. And who you are, the roles you fill, they change over time. Think about what makes you unique. Think about what makes you interesting. Start with that. Use that as your introduction. Start with your story. We all love a bit of lore. That is how you should define yourself. Number 34, put on your oxygen mask before helping others, just like they say on planes. If you run a business or if you're in leadership or heck, if you have a personal responsibility, you are one of the most important people to keeping your project or business afloat, to helping those people around you. Your project and any team or any dependent in your personal life relies on you heavily. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. Make sure your energy level is sustainable. That will help you get your product to launch. It will help your business succeed. It will help you take better care of those around you. If you break, who's going to steer the ship? Who's going to run your business? Who's going to look after those people around you? Put your own oxygen mask on before you help others. Number 35, figure out your non-negotiables and write a non-negotiable list for what you want and what you need in life. It could be that salary, just the amount that you need to live a comfortable life. It could be going to the gym 3 times a week. It could be eating a healthy diet. It could be something as simple as getting outside for a walk once a day, just 10 minutes outside. Make that list and be honest with yourself about what is non-negotiable for you. Then protect those things like they are just as important as that meeting that's supposedly unavoidable, as all the other things in your life. Prioritize them in your calendar. Make time for them. Schedule them in. If you want special time with a loved one, if you want a date night once a week, put them in your calendars, because it is so easy to get swept up in life and to get wrapped up in work and forget the things that actually mean the most to us as individuals. Work out your non-negotiables, figure out what's most important to you as a human, and put them in your calendar. Make sure you make time for them. Number 36, it is okay to be a work in progress. We constantly change. We constantly evolve. Perfection is impossible. Do not try and decide what your final form will be. They often ask you at school when you're in your teenage years, 13, 14, 15, what do you want to be when you're grown up? Heck, I didn't know. I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be a geologist. I wanted to be a vet. I had no clue where I wanted to be. And, I can't even predict now where I'm going to be in 5 years, in 10 years. It is okay to be a work in progress. It's good to see yourself as that, because it means we're open to introspection. We are open to growth. We are open to learning from our failures. Let yourself flow. Let yourself change over time. Learn from your past to make a better future. Number 37, choose, or even better, make your own path. Everyone is on a journey. Everyone is on their own path. Some follow the motorway, the generic societal norms. And you know what? They're happy with that. They are happy with the 9 to 5. That works for them. Others, like myself, prefer to carve our own path through a jungle, where we're making our own way through and we're not quite sure where we're going to get up. We're not sure what we're going to discover, but we're excited to go on the journey. Whatever path you choose to follow, whether it's the motorway of everybody else, whether it's your own path through a forest, make sure it is the one you choose and not the one you've been pulled or forced onto. We all find comfort in having other people around you, and people will often instinctively try and nudge you onto joining them on their path, right? It feels safer in tribes. It feels safer in groups. I've often found myself on the wrong path where I've accidentally started following someone else's, and I'm constantly resetting. I'm constantly going through the Ikigai process to writing down my non-negotiables to make sure I am doing things my way. Make sure you are following your own path. You're following your own dreams, that you're not following somebody else's that you just inherited from school, from teachers, from parents, from family. Make it your own. You only get one chance at it, so you might as well do it your own way. Number 38, do not save your best things, your favorite things for a special occasion. That nice perfume, that really good outfit, your best shoes, your favorite dinner plates, whatever it is. Do not save them for a special occasion. Now, without getting too morbid, we don't know how long we've got or what life will bring. So make the most of what you have while you have it. Wear the fancy outfit. Treat yourself to that bubble bath with the nice soaps. You don't need to wait for a special occasion. Make every day a special day. Number 39, rest is not a reward. It is part of the process. Book that holiday. If you've been thinking about booking a holiday, book it. This is your cue. This is your reminder. Go book that holiday. Take a week off. Leave time in your calendar for spontaneous things that might come up. I've just taken almost an entire week off from my business because the Edinburgh Fringe is on. And I've met so many lovely people. I've been to so many lovely shows. And yes, that is privilege that comes with running your own business, but that is the path I have chosen to make for myself. It's not an easy one, but I've chosen to do it because I need those serendipitous moments. I need that novelty. Make sure you set aside time for yourself to do the things you love, to rest, to recharge in whatever way you want. You want to veg out in front of Netflix, veg out in front of Netflix. If you want to have a bubble bath, do it. You want a week off, you want to go for a hike, do those things. Life is too short. You work to live. You do not live to work. Live your life. Rest and make sure you've got the energy to do the things that you love. Number 40, the final one. Do the thing that scares you. Facing our fears, it makes us stronger. It makes us more resilient. It makes us more confident. The braver you are, the more you face your fears, the more rewarding life will be. For me, if I was to go back, I'd tell myself to start this podcast and not just spend years thinking about it. I would tell myself to write the books, to embrace my queerness, to take that leap of faith, to try something new, to try the career pivot sooner. You are stronger. You are more capable than you might think. If you want to do something, but it's really, really scary, be brave. Please be brave. You are more likely to regret the things you don't do than the things that you tried. So please do the thing that scares you. Be brave. Be brave. What's the worst that could happen, eh? So those are my 40 points. Those are the 40 tips I would give to my younger self. If you've got any tips that you would give to your younger self or share with a friend, please do pop those in the comments and definitely let me know if one of those particularly stood out for you. If there's one that really helped you, let me know in the comments. All right, that is everything for today. If this episode has helped you, please do me a huge favor and just give me a wee thumbs up. It helps me know I'm on the right track. My goal with this podcast is to just help one person with each episode. So if you are that person, please let me know. And a final reminder, I am not a licensed therapist, doctor, accountant, lawyer, any of that. I am simply a recovering people pleaser who hit the top of the career ladder, burned out many, many times, and realized I've been following a path that definitely was not mine. If any of that resonates with you, please do join me on this journey. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I will see you next time. Bye.